A warm greeting. Today is Thursday, June 29, 2023. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia speaking. At the time of recording this video, it's 4 p.m. local time in Guerrero, Michoacán, Colima, and Jalisco, where preparations should be underway for the effects of Tropical Storm Beatriz. It is now forecasted to strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane and possibly make landfall between Colima and Jalisco over the weekend. Additionally, we have Hurricane Adrian, which continues its westward trajectory and is expected to dissipate in the coming days without affecting Mexico. Let's talk about the changes that have occurred in the forecast regarding Tropical Storm Beatriz. Remember that this morning I mentioned the development of Tropical Depression Number 2. Throughout the day, we have seen this tropical cyclone showing signs of strengthening and organization. It is now expected that conditions will be favorable for rapid intensification as it approaches the coast of Mexico. Tropical storm and hurricane warnings have been issued for certain areas. Pay close attention if you live along the coast of Guerrero, Michoacán, and the states of Colima and Jalisco. Let's take a closer look at the visible satellite image where you can see a more defined circulation. Currently, this cyclone has maximum sustained winds of 65 km per hour. It is anticipated that just before reaching the Mexican region, it could strengthen into a hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 130 km per hour. Furthermore, a forecast of heavy rainfall remains for these areas, which could lead to some flooding issues. Let's look at the most recent forecasted tracks. Notice that in today's afternoon forecast, there is some uncertainty because some models take the center of circulation away from the western coast of Mexico, while others have adjusted it towards the east. Some models place the center crossing over Colima and Jalisco. Specifically, the European models indicate a trajectory over the Mexican region. However, the American and Canadian models have a slightly more westward trajectory. The final effects will depend on how close or far it passes from the coast. Nevertheless, the National Hurricane Center has adjusted the trajectory closer to Mexico, which is why hurricane warnings have been issued. Another important factor is that the models show that in the next 24 hours, conditions could allow for rapid strengthening. Possibly by Friday afternoon, we will already have a Category 1 hurricane when it is closest to Mexico or when the center enters Colima and Jalisco. In the latest bulletin from the National Hurricane Center, you can see that a northwest trajectory is forecasted. Now, it is expected that the center will pass directly over the coast of Colima and Jalisco from Friday night until Saturday afternoon. Then, it is expected to weaken into a tropical storm as it approaches Baja California Sur during Monday night. In terms of advisories and watches, a tropical storm warning is in place for a large portion of the state of Guerrero, including the city of Acapulco. Additionally, a hurricane warning has been issued from the city of Zihuatanejo in Guerrero westward, covering areas of Michoacán, Colima, and the southern region of Jalisco. With this bulletin, a hurricane warning remains in effect for the city of Manzanillo and surrounding regions. Furthermore, a hurricane watch has been issued for central and northern regions of Jalisco and for Puerto Vallarta. The trajectory will be very important as the effects can be more significant if it crosses over Mexico or directly over the coast. However, if it maintains a slightly more westward trajectory, the strongest part of the disturbance could remain over the Pacific waters. The expected effects on areas of Guerrero, Michoacán, Colima, and Jalisco will directly depend on how close the center of circulation approaches the coast. Let's take a look at the projections from some models. Here we have the wind gust forecast according to the American model, the GFS. Notice that in this forecast, the center of circulation would remain over the Pacific waters, and under this scenario, hurricane force winds would stay over the eastern Pacific. However, compare it with the European model, which today has a trajectory taking the center of the cyclone into Colima and Jalisco in the afternoon or evening of Friday as a Category 1 hurricane. Under this scenario, sectors of Guerrero, Michoacán, Colima, and Jalisco would experience some strong winds, especially in the area where the center enters with hurricane force winds. Additionally, the forecasted accumulated rainfall will also depend on the final trajectory that this cyclone takes. For example, a trajectory like the one shown by the European model could result in heavy rainfall and accumulations of up to 300 mm in some regions of Colima, Jalisco, and Nayarit. This keeps us alert to the possibilities of flooding. Along Guerrero and the coast of Michoacán, accumulations could range from 70 to 100 mm. On the other hand, a more westward trajectory, as shown by the American model, could lead to the heaviest rainfall accumulations over the eastern Pacific waters. However, it's important to rely on the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center, which aligns more closely with the European model. It is important for residents of Michoacán, Colima, and Jalisco to be prepared for a Category 1 hurricane and heavy downpours with the potential for flooding. Well, That's all for the update I have for you this afternoon. Remember to subscribe to my channel to receive notifications when I upload new updates. The next one will be in the morning hours of Friday. I hope everyone has an excellent evening. Goodbye for now.